So there's been a bit of controversy when the Nothing Phone 3 came out, and you guys already know what I think about controversy, especially with smartphones, and that is, it's a telltale sign that the phone is actually going to do pretty great in the market. I've learned this over the years reviewing Google Pixel phones and seeing a lot of people have, a negative first impressions of the phone, and then 4 months later, they're into the phone and the phone is everything to them. And so now that I've seen that so many times, I've seen the backlash that the Nothing Phone 3 got, especially when it comes to the glyph matrix. And I'm thinking to myself, well, maybe about 5-6 months from release, and then people will start enjoying it. But if you are avid, if you are for sure you don't want nothing to do with the Nothing Phone 3, you would prefer glyph matrix and things like that, then if you own a Nothing Phone 1 or even a Nothing Phone 2, you really don't have to upgrade. Now, if you're a Nothing Phone 1 user, I gotta tell you guys that this phone is awesome, and you guys know exactly what I mean. But if you're not, and maybe you were interested in Nothing technology because of the Nothing Phone 1, but you may have been considering the Nothing Phone 3, but then the design and thing of the Nothing Phone 3 is not what you're looking for, it's okay to get the Nothing Phone 1. It is a solid phone, really good. 6.5-inch display, good for viewing media, playing games. You're good to go on that. You got the Snapdragon 778 G processor, right? Yeah, Snapdragon 778G. So you have that processor, which is doing okay and powering most things that I do on my phone. I have really not much of any problems doing basic things like social media, consuming media content, even editing. Like I can edit with Instagram edits or YouTube Create, and I can create some quick videos to upload.
Yeah, so it's like early in the morning. Got to run the engine. I really haven't used the Armada in a while, so I gotta run the engine so that way things don't freeze up or lock up. But it's early in the morning, like 6 a.m. Got the kiddos up, so they're getting ready for school. Gotta go and hit the shower after the car's been running for at least a good 5-10 minutes, and get on with my day, get them dropped off at school, and go about the rest of my day. And this is video recording with the main camera sensor. So like I said, the Armada's on, it's running right now. Yeah, I'm just watching traffic go by. But yeah, I think video recording with the Nothing Phone 1 is pretty solid. I mean, check it out. You look at the sky, like the color, it's really nice. You guys saw that, right? Like it's focused on my finger, blurred out the background. I mean, yeah, you definitely can get some nice video clips with the Nothing Phone 1.
And just, keep my channel running, so it could do that. It's got a good amount of features. The glyph lights in the back that, people have been talking about when it comes to Nothing technology. People love the fact that you could even customize the glyph lights in a pattern so you know who's calling you with your phone face down. Which is another thing, the user interface, Nothing OS. I really like this thing. It is minimal. I don't get caught up in doom scrolling. It's not an in-your-face user interface. And the cool thing too is that this podcast widget, the podcast widget on the bottom right corner, the CFO of Nothing Tech, records an episode daily. So when you get up, like when I get up and I get to my work desk and I'm ready to get the day started, I'm prepping and stuff, I just tap that widget button. It starts playing the podcast. I listen to the latest news going on in tech, brought to us by the CFO of Nothing Tech. Really cool, really simple. You don't need to download an app. You don't need to have to go through hoops to get to it. Just add the widget to your home screen, you're good to go, which is the thing that I like about Nothing OS. Now, of course, there's a very low chance that this will get Android 16. But, if Nothing surprises us and gives us Android 16, wow, I'll be amazed. However, there's a lot of third-party development out there. So if you want to maintain its life further beyond, you definitely can. If you know how to flash custom ROMs or you want to learn how to do it, it's step by step and it's pretty easy. You can keep this thing's life going. I mean, it's 3 years old. It came out July of 2022, and it's still around today. It's still a relevant phone. It's still got a nice amount of features inside of it. Nice size display, 4,500 milliamp hour battery is pretty decent. The only caveat I really have with the Nothing Phone 1 is support for it. If it gets damaged, if I have to swap the battery because the battery's capacity is a lot lower, it's probably below 4,000 milliamps, and I want to put a fresh battery in here, I would have to go to uBreak because they do service the phone, as I talked to a technician from there. The only problem he said, which is I agree is a caveat, is that they would have to import the parts for the phone. So the turnaround time could be a couple of weeks, and it could be a bit pricey. However, if the phone means that much to you and you're willing to pay that money, to get it fixed, by all means. Because if not, if you go on the used market, you'll probably find these things. Nothing Phone 1s, I see them going between $250 to $350. And Nothing Phone 2, I see them going for about $500 to $600. Used market. And refurbished, maybe going about $350 for the Nothing Phone 1 and about $450 for the Nothing Phone 2. Refurbished. So, and the only downside to that is that you can't hold out for it like you would hold out for a Samsung or for an iPhone, because these aren't sold in the US periodically. So you got to hope that there was enough people in the US interested in the phone who bought it and are willing to sell it back out. If you get your hands on one, you'll know exactly what I mean and how good this phone is. And if you're thinking about getting it, yeah, I would say pull the trigger. It's worth it. Very good phone. Very, very good phone.